Café and Networking Podcast promotes entrepreneurs, startups, authors, business experts throughout the world and is available on all major podcast platforms. I'm Tom Reaoch, an American known as the King of Networking, connecting people and speaking from my studio in Campinas, São Paulo, Brazil. Today we talk with Jenny Toh, and she's joining us from Singapore. Jenny Toh is an introvert with many years of successful experience, starting as a lawyer in Malaysia and Singapore. Now she's a credentialed coach and director of River Life Coaching Limited. And Jenny is launching her River Signature Introverted Visibility Group. So Jenny, for an introvert, you seem to have a lot going on. Tell us about the Introverted Visibility Group. Who is it for? What are your objectives? How can we join?
Hi, Tom. Yeah, thanks for having me on your show. And yes, we are calling from different parts of the world. I think literally yours is in the morning and mine's at night. So I am a life coach. I'm credentialed with International Coaching Federation. The Introverted Visibility Program that I run is primarily to help my clients achieve visibility, mainly in the professional workspace. As you know, the misconception about introverts is that we are quiet and shy. Mm-hmm. That's not true. Introversion is where you draw your energy from. So for introverts, a lot of us draw energy from self-reflection and thinking about things. At the same time, we love deep one-to-one relationships. Mm-hmm. So that's a misconception to say that introverts don't like hanging around people. I do. And then Tom, before we did this recording, we were talking quite a lot. So my program is to give and empower my clients to come out and network, to show themselves up in the way that they feel authentic, so that they don't have to pretend to be someone they're not. And actually there is an added advantage for introverts, similarly, because we take time to get to know people, we take time to develop that relationship, we're naturally curious, and we like to understand where the other person is coming from. So I have rolled out this program for mainly women, although I'm not against coaching men. It's just that women tend to feel that at the workplace they are not heard as much, right? Or maybe not given the priority to speak up at meetings, and even when they do, they feel that I'm not good enough. So my coaching program helps them really get that power from within. They are better than who they think they are, and they don't have to change into someone they're not. They just need to hone how to present themselves in a way that gets their message across while still remaining authentic.
I agree with you, because many of my podcast guests have been women, and exactly what you're saying has been repeated by many different women in many different places in the world. So it's a challenge for women everywhere. So just being a woman is a challenge. So trying to get ahead in business is exactly what you said. And I agree with you. I've read recently an article that most successful business startups and persons are actually introverted. And that may be the point that you made. They look for deeper relationships more than just a number of superficial ones.
Yes, that's true. And introverts are also very passionate about their purpose in life. So for me, I'm very passionate about coaching, which is why, Tom, you're saying, okay, you're an introvert, but you're out here talking to me, and this show will be heard by so many people. It's because I'm passionate about the power of coaching. I know that I can help my clients get from good to better to their best self. So similarly, if you're an introvert and you're thinking, it's so difficult for me to network, think about, why do you want to network? What's that purpose behind networking? What's that purpose in really showing up at work? So once you connect with your purpose for doing so, I believe that your passion will be fueled, and there's really nothing to stop you from doing it. A lot of times our biggest enemy is what we think. It's our mindset.
Right. I agree with you. And how can people join? How do people find you?
They can visit my website, www.riverlifecoaching.com, or connect with me on LinkedIn. All you need to do is drop me a message. On my website, there is a Calendly link that you can book a 30-minute complimentary call. There's no obligations. We can just have a chat and see how I can support you as a coach. Alternatively, connect with me on LinkedIn, and then we can get the conversation going over there as well.
And that could be anyone in the world, right?
Yes, that's the beauty of what the pandemic has given us. In a way, we're all connecting this in this manner.
Now, that's what I've found. I mean, before the pandemic, my business life has been remote, has been virtual. And I really I find that as an advantage because the world is what it is. Like you said, you're about to go to bed and I'm getting up. And the world's still spinning. And while you're sleeping, something's happening. And while I'm sleeping, something's happening. So, and we do need to be in touch with people everywhere.
Yeah. And Tom, we're all humans, and we all are a lot more similar than we like to believe. We all go through issues. At times we feel that, are we the only ones going through this? Are we the only ones having self-doubt? I encourage my clients to see that they are not alone.
Right.
And because they're not alone, someone has come up with a solution before. If someone can overcome that challenge, that limiting belief, so can they. So it's like me shining a torchlight on, their blind spots or the areas that they are not aware of, bringing awareness. And once you have awareness, that's when you start to change for the better.
Right. Well, Jenny, I want to thank you for sharing your time your evening and my morning, okay, with our listeners, and success on the Introverted Visibility Group, okay?
Yes, thank you, Tom.
And thank you again, Jenny. And for our audience, you can find more, as she said, it's Jenny Toh, that's Jenny. The last name is Toh. Jenny Toh. You'll find her on LinkedIn and www.riverlifecoaching.com. Café and Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information about them on www.focusmi.com. Thanks for listening. Until the next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.